All right, we're back at it. We're live. Hopefully the internet's a lot better. Tried to tap in earlier with y'all just to see what the haps and the hips was going on. But let's just see how we do. We're gonna do a trade recap in just a moment, but we gotta check to see what the deal is here. And it doesn't look like the internet is doing what it needs to do. So we'll give it a second, see if things come through and power up and the Wi-Fi starts acting right. Uh-huh. All right. Let's give it a moment. Let's see what's going on. All right, there's Luke. What's going on? We're about to read this disclosure and this disclaimer. So, please note that the following is not legal or financial advice and is provided for informational and educational purposes only. Investing in securities carries a high degree of risk and can result in the loss of your entire investment. You should consult with a qualified financial advisor or legal professional before making any investment decisions. The information contained in this presentation does not constitute an offer or solicitation to buy or sell any securities or financial instruments. Any opinions expressed in this presentation are subject to change without notice and should not be relied upon as a recommendation to buy or sell any securities. Please do your own due diligence and research before making any investment decisions. All right, so we tapped in, we did that right there. And let's go ahead and bring up the most important thing, which is the charts. And we got SPY on the 30-minute time frame looking like it's about to pull back down, going into the support zone that we identified earlier this morning. So just checking that out. Now we already had our play of the day. We scalped some puts coming down here into this zone. We took some puts going down and then we got out. So we had our one and done for the day and no need to be greedy or anything like that. So that is all gravy. Y'all do me a favor, drop some likes, drop some shares. What's going on, Nikki? What's up? What's up, Brian? What's going on, y'all? So, just get into it. Just get into it a little bit. And we'll do a trade recap in just a moment. And I'll show you guys right now. I gave the alert, I gave the heads up. I'll bring this down so we can see it. But over here in the trading chat room, where is it at? All right. So in the trading chat room, I said this morning that I was looking to enter. Let me move this up a little bit. All right, here we go. So I said, Good morning, PI University. That's the name of the Discord. Looking to enter SPY puts on this 30-minute candle, depending on where it closes in the price action. Now, this was right at about the 7 o'clock candle. Now, if you don't know, my name is Curtis G, and my TikTok is all about options trading for beginners. And so, one thing to keep in mind is I'm in California, I'm on the West Coast. So, all of the timestamps that you see either on my Discord or my trading view on my charts or my screenshots for my trades, just keep in mind I'm in California. So for me, the market opens up at 6:30 a.m. and it closes at 1 p.m. So you see me talking about right at about 7 o'clock, I wanted to take puts. So now we could take a look right here, back on the chart. This is the 30-minute chart for SPY. We had this first bearish candle pushing below the pre-market low. And this was the candle that I entered in on for those puts. We took it down into this kind of support zone that I identified, basically from these 2 days here. Remember, if you're a new trader, support becomes resistance and resistance becomes support. So this level over the past couple of days or the past week acted as a level of resistance. But once we broke through, it came back down and now is acting as a level of support. So that's basically what I targeted once we saw that we broke below the pre-market low and we went ahead and got these puts here. All right, so Grinderbra said I had the same trade. It was 5R move. That's what's up. Big shout out to you. Smooth for Sholey, thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. Let me go back through, make sure I didn't miss any comments. All right, Marion says, what's the strategy? So the strategy is just basically using the pre-market highs and the pre-market lows as a kind of opening range, if you will, and then looking for a break above or below those levels for a continued move. So that's essentially what I did using the 30-minute chart. That's primarily what I trade on is the 30-minute. I might use like the 7-minute for an entry, but for the most part, that's just what I use. All right. Yo, big shout out to QMod Dukes. Thank you for joining the live. We got a celebrity in the building, y'all. Got a celebrity in the building. And let's run up those likes. Joseph Law says, very helpful explanation for sure. For sure. Marion says pre-market time. So I'm not too sure if you mean you don't know what the pre-market is or what the timing is, but basically the pre-market, Marion, or is it Miriam? It looks like it's Miriam. The pre-market is the activity that happens before the stock market actually opens up. So if you look over here on the left hand side of the screen, this activity in this orange shaded area were all the trades that were going on with SPY before the market opened. And so, as an options trader, we can't trade any options until the market opens up. So, what we do, or what this strategy does, is it marks out what was the pre market high, what was the pre market low. And then, when the market opens up and we can finally trade options, we can use those levels as a way to target. Looks like SPY is making a big move down, coming back down into this support zone, or is trying to get back into the support zone that we found. So hopefully, Miriam, that makes sense for you. Please let me know if it does, or we could break it down a little bit more. But yeah, so the pre-market is just the time or the trades that happen before the market opens up for regular hours. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. But yesterday, so I didn't hop on yesterday and I didn't get a chance to recap with y'all the trades from yesterday, which I'm also very proud of. So you guys know, if you've ever been on my live before, or if you're new to my live, one of my favorite strategies to trade is the bullish engulfing that happens above the previous day high. So this is yesterday's activity on the 30-minute chart for SPY. And as we can see, so today's Friday, right here in the middle. This is Thursday's activity. And then here is Wednesday, right here over here on the left. Here is Wednesday right here on the left, right? So what we saw is, or what I really like about this strategy as a scalper. So this is not for like huge moves. You'll make a little bit of money. You're not going to make the most money. But as a scalper, what I like to look for are bullish engulfings that happen above the previous day high that gives a bit of confirmation that we're still going to have some bullish momentum. So yesterday, that was the trade that I took. We took some calls to the upside, made a little bit of money, didn't overstay our welcome, went ahead and got out. We took profits and dipped. But that's one of my favorite strategies right there on the 30-minute chart. Now, I've only back tested this on the 30-minute. So if you're looking at the 30-minute chart for SPY and you see a bullish engulfing that happens above the previous day high, that's usually confirmation that we're going to continue to have some more bullish momentum. And that's exactly what we saw right here. All right. Miriam says, what's the pre-market time according to California? Ah, good. So in California, the pre-market can start as early as 1 a.m. And so if we look right here, you guys can't quite see it. So let me shrink down trading view, but we'll look at the timestamps at the bottom, right? So if you look right here on this 30-minute chart, we see that today, September 20th, and you see the activity started at 1 a.m. if you guys could see that, or for Miriam specifically. So the pre-market starts at 1 a.m. and then it goes all the way until the market opens at 6:30. So all this activity was for about 5.5 hours of the market makers, different people around the world, institutions doing trading at this time. All right. So Billionaire Taste says, question, do you trade Forex, NAS 100, US 30, or currency pairs? So Billionaire Tay, none of that. I am an options trader. And so a lot of people have been telling me to look into Forex or commodities. And I'll tell you what, like my interest is growing a lot more because I feel like out of all the things that we can trade, right? Forex, commodities, futures, options, stocks, options trading is like the most manipulated with the Greeks, the spreads, the way the options contracts pricing is. So, all right. See, um, let's see. My bad, y'all. I had to pause for a second. I just got a notice from TikTok saying that my live was restricted. So it's so weird, man. I feel like there's people that get on live and they do the craziest, wildest things, and their live isn't restricted. I talk a little bit, I say one or two key financial words, and all of a sudden my live is restricted. But Billionaire Tay, I hope you heard that. So currently I'm only trading options, and I do options trading for beginners. Okay, all right. Nick G says, are we looking at ETS for day trading? That's right. So uh Nick, so I am looking at SPY. It's interesting because I used to, if you guys look over here on the right hand side of the screen, I used to go through this daily watch list every single day. But now that I really fine tuned my strategy, I really only trade SPY, which is surprising to me because for the longest time I would trade like all the tickers. But SPY's just worked out the best in recent times for me just to keep things simple for my trading style. So it's SPY, sometimes QQQ, things like that. All right. Let's see. Miriam says, what's TF? I'm not too sure what you mean. I think you're talking about ETF, exchange traded funds. Um, let me see. I can't quite pronounce it. Is it Myroscopico? Bro, futures is money. That's what I've been hearing, man. I mean, even a couple of my favorite traders have made it over to trading futures. There's a young lady, I forget, I think her name is the Peachy Investor. She used to do like a lot of trading outdoors or, like kind of cabin RV lifestyle. But she just recently made the switch from options over to futures. So what's up? What's up? Billionaire Tay says, I'm looking to trade Forex, but I can't find a good broker. What do you trade with? Oh, okay. Yeah. I can't really speak on the Forex. I don't know if Ninja Trader is one that I hear often. Um, you got to follow. There's a young lady, I think her name is LBV Trading or something like that. She trades Forex, and I think everybody likes the broker that she uses. I'll try to find her, pull her up in just a moment. Cozy or Kuz says you have a YouTube account. I do. Oh yeah, Miriam TF is time frame. I do have a YouTube account, so I put all of my long format videos, all my trade reviews, everything like that on my YouTube. My YouTube name is the same name. It is Curtis G24. So if you go to YouTube and you search Curtis G24, I actually just dropped a video not too long before I went on live right now. You guys could see it and check it out. But let me show y'all exactly what it looks like so you guys can see. So if you just go to YouTube, search Curtis G24, and my YouTube channel will pop up. That's it right there. Boom. And then I put all of my long format videos. Like I said, I just uploaded this one, but all of my long format videos go up on YouTube. So if you guys ever just want to get my recaps, I go all the way back, all of my trades, whether I took a loss, whether I won, no matter what it is, I show the full transparency. I do a little bit of like my investing portfolio, everything like that is on there. So it goes way, way back. You guys can just go back as far as you like. Everything's up there on the YouTube. All right. Soulful Wisdom says, you know anything about futures? I do not. Everybody's been asking about futures. It's really, really growing in popularity right now. So big shout out to all the futures traders. All right, we're still on this 30-minute candle right here for SPY. It came right down and touched this support. And look, it's done it 3 times today. We came down here, came down, and then did it again. But like I said, the trade of the day was just scalping this pre-market low. So we broke below the pre-market low. We broke below it, took some puts, and then it came right into the support zone that we charted out from these days here. Look at that. So if you're new to trading, especially options trading, just remember you want to make a note that support becomes resistance and resistance becomes support. So right here, this was on Tuesday. We had a level of resistance. And then here we go on Wednesday, there was some resistance. But now that we broke above it, price is using it as an area of support right now. There we go. There we go. All right. All right. Thank y'all for coming through, showing love. Got 500 likes. I want to give a big shout out to the top viewers. Let's see who the top viewers are. So we got Ronnie in the building. Malik, what's going on? Yo, Carlos, I see you. Big shout out to Billionaire Tay. Ali White. Is it Myroscopico? Death the Kid and Soulful Wisdom. Oh shoot, we got more top viewers. Brian, what's going on? Digital Unk, Mila, Bella Gallegos, Philip Blue. So what's up? What's up? Thank y'all for rocking with me. So yeah, so that was the trade of the day. We had a break below the pre-market low. We took those puts down into the support zone and we were one and done out the way. I'll show you guys one more time. I did give the alert in my Discord right here. So this was the screenshot right when I entered into the puts. And then I said I took profits. So the trade was about 13 minutes. It was a 13-minute trade. I don't have the exiting screenshot, but this is at one point what the trade was looking like right when I had got into it. So right now, just to give new traders or anybody who's interested, my average trade is about 1,000, and then I aim for 5 to 10% a day. So that's anywhere from 50 to 100. That's my average trade, and I'm a scalper. So just keep that in mind, right? My average trade, like I said, I'll say one more time, about 1,000. I aim to 5 to 10%, and then historically, my winning trades are usually 15, 10 minutes or less, something like that. All right, but show you guys another little bit of proof. This is right at 6:59, so right before I got into the trade, I said good morning PI University. That's the name of the Discord. looking to enter SPY puts on this 30-minute candle, depending on where it closes and the price action. So boom and boom. And then just one more time, just taking a look. Like I said, this was the trade yesterday for Thursday. We had a bullish engulfing above the previous day high, and that just indicates a little bit more bullish momentum. So we went ahead and scalped some calls to the upside. Believe I got that in there as well. There we go. So this was yesterday. You guys can see it. Got my eyes on both Amazon and SPY for bullish engulfings that may close above the previous day high for calls. Watching this current 30-minute candle on both to see with where price closes. And then I put the charts in. So you guys can see that I had alerted it before it happened. I was just doing a little bit of what's the name? Thank y'all for the shares. Thank you for the shares, Sophia. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Big shout out to Sophia. Sophia Downs. Thank you so much. But yeah, so like I said, my trading is super simple. I try to keep it as simple as possible. I understand for the new traders, beginning your journey, you're hearing all these different concepts, all these different techniques, all these different indicators. It can get confusing. And after a while, you might get into analysis paralysis. So I just try to keep the trading very, very simple. Now, like I said, I do this almost every time I go live, or at least I've been doing it a lot lately. But I do want to show you guys a little bit of the back testing proof as to why I like to trade the setups that I just described. So let me go find my Excel and I'll show you guys where I manually tested the things that I just showed you. Things that I just showed you. That's what's up. So, Miriam, I'm hoping that I gave you value, that those questions made sense, the answers to your questions. Just let me know. So, I'm going to open up this one right here. So I'm always very proud to show this. I'm always very proud to show y'all this back testing log. So, this is my back testing log, testing out bullish engulfings. If you guys see, I manually did this on the 30-minute time frame. I went back almost 200 instances. So just imagine I looked at every time on the 30-minute time frame. On the 30-minute time frame, I went back and I saw every time an engulfing happened. And whenever an engulfing happened, especially a bullish engulfing, I logged it into this manual testing journal, right? My back testing journal, and I logged the time. Then I put columns in here to indicate, did the engulfing happen above or below the previous day high? Was it above or below the previous day 50%? Or was it above or below the previous day low? And then I put an indication on whether or not there was continued bullish momentum, meaning that if we entered, did the price still continue to go up? If it did, I gave it 100 as successful. If it didn't, I gave it a 0 as for failure. And so what we see here is, on average, or if we're going to talk about a probability, if we see a bullish engulfing that happens above the previous day high, there's a 70% chance, based off my back testing, there's a 70% chance that we're going to continue to have more bullish momentum. And you guys can see that with my Excel rows over here, that I've done that almost 200 times. I went through every time an engulfing happens. Cozy says, is your back testing journal available for download or purchase? I never thought about that. I don't mind making it available for free just to give value to people. Now, it is really cheesy. Let me keep it real. It's not like the most high tech intuitive thing. All I did was literally I went in and I just logged all the instances. So let me clear the filters so you guys can see. I'll show you. Clear the filters. Let me make sure there's no other filters on here. All right, I think it's all clear. So you guys can see all the instances that I went back and I back tested. And so really all I did was I put in a formula for each column that just tells you the probability, right? And so the most important formula over here tells us that just in general, if you see a bullish engulfing, there's a 60% chance that we'll have some more bullish momentum. And this is the 30-minute time frame at any given time during the day. The goal is to increase our odds, right? We want the most highest probability setup. So as you filter down and you look at the different combinations, what I saw, what I learned is, if we go over here to the above or below the previous day high column, and let's say we just filtered it down to only instances where it happened above the previous day high. And then I want to give you guys one more note. I also made an indication on, was there more than one bearish lead up candle? So if there are like several red candles then I would put a one. If there was only one red 30-minute candle, then I would put a zero. And so if we filter this down, saying, hey, we're only looking for instances where it only had one bearish lead up candle. So we filter that down to zero. Look what happened to our probability. It jumps up to 81%. So let me see who that was. That was Cozy saying, is your backtesting journal available for download or purchase? I'll make it for free. So I do have a Gumroad, or maybe I'll just put it on Google. What would be the easiest for y'all? Would it be better just to put it on Google and then put out like a link where people could just download it? What do you guys think? Yo, Cameron John, thank you for the follow. I think I've seen a lot of people when they like want to give things away for free or have like downloads in Excel, they just upload it to like a Google Drive or maybe a Google Sheet or something like that. What do you guys think, Cozy? If you're still in the building, I'm definitely down to share it with people for sure. But basically, if you're just tuning in, if you're just looking, oh, yo, thank y'all for the likes. We got over 1K. We got over 1K that fast. Thank y'all for the likes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, all right. Yo, Cindy, thanks for coming through. What's going on? What's up? What's up? So basically, if you're just joining my live right now, I was showing my back testing log where I manually went through and almost got up to 200 instances of looking at bullish engulfings on the 30-minute chart. And what I found is if we see a bullish engulfing that occurs above the previous day high with only one bearish lead up candle, there is an 80% chance that we're going to have continuous bullish momentum in the day. So you can enter into calls to the upside with a higher level of confidence. All right. So yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll make I'll knock that out today. And I'll get a version of it or get it uploaded to Google. And then I'll put it like the link in the bio or something like that. And people could just download it. Yep. All about, trying to do things where I can give value. All right. That is the YouTube. Let's go back to the charts. And then I'll show you guys the proof in the pudding. So this was the example I was just talking about that I traded yesterday that I gave the alert to in the Discord, right? Here we got a bullish engulfing above the previous day high. We got another one right here, continued bullish momentum. So like I said, this is a good way or a good setup for scalping. It's not necessarily going to make you the most money, but you will get a couple of bucks in your pocket, right? You'll get a couple of dollars there. I got to be very careful what I say. I feel like the financial influencers, or at least my TikTok lives, TikTok has like been very restrictive with me. But we can go back and see, some different things in the past. But right now, we got about 3 minutes left on this candle on the 30-minute time frame, and it looks like SPY is still going to continue to use this zone that we charted out for support. Now, another thing that we're talking, like I said, at this stage in my trading journey right now, I'm mainly trading SPY on a daily basis, but every now and then I go look for swing trades. And so one that was very interesting right here, if you were on my live a few days ago or a couple of days ago, was we charted out Tesla. We're currently looking at Tesla on the daily chart, and it looked like it's forming or has been entering into this pricing channel where it comes up to this top line and bounces down as resistance. It comes down to this bottom line and then bounces up as support. So essentially, what I was waiting for, was hoping for, was that price would come down into this area so that we could take calls to the upside. And so we saw this on September 18th, and I actually just uploaded that video to YouTube. So if you want the breakdown on that video, you can go to my YouTube channel. But we saw this on September 18th. I was hoping that price would come down here. That way we'd have minimal risk and enter those calls to the upside. But the next day, on the 19th or yesterday, Tesla had this strong bullish day. I think that's partly because of FOMC, the Fed, J Powell, they lowered interest rates. So I think that's part of the reason why. And then there's also this gap to the upside that needed to be closed. So I'm just waiting patiently. I want to see Tesla continue to be in this pricing channel and then come down here to enter to the upside. Yo, is that Amy 4High 185? Thank you for the follow. Edgar De Leon, thank you for the follow. That's what's up. That's what's up. Amy says, or is it AIM? I want to make sure I'm pronouncing it correct. Says how to make a call on SPY now. Calls now. If you're talking about for the rest of the day, we could potentially. What I would like to see, if you were looking to try to enter calls or a trade on SPY, I would like to see this exact same setup right here happen that we got. where we come down into the support zone. The candle closes as like either a bearish or a bullish hammer, and then an added confirmation, just like this right here. If we see this exact same setup before the end of the day, which is probably not likely because we only got 90, it could happen. We only got 90 minutes left in the day. If we come back into the support zone, basically the long and short of what I'm saying is if we come back into the support zone and we see that price doesn't want to go below it, then I would be tempted to enter calls. Now, me, I've already did my trade of the day. I'm one and done, so I won't be doing any more trading. But if I hadn't taken a trade yet on SPY, that's what I would be waiting for. It would be nice to see this price come down further into the support zone, a nice strong bullish candle, and then catching that ride up to the upside. All right. Yo, Kelly Kells, thanks for coming through. Appreciate you. All right. Trying to get this mic right. Okay. Now there's another one that I wanted to show you guys. I haven't started trading it yet, but I'm still back testing it. I got another back testing setup that I've been working on that I wanted to share with y'all. And you guys just let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me bring up that back testing log. I have another one. So you guys saw the one that I like the most, which is the bullish engulfing that happens above the previous day high. But there is another one that I've been back testing, or not yet, but back testing. I haven't traded it yet. So what I did was I went and I looked at every engulfing that I could find on the 30-minute chart. So here's this back testing log here. You guys can see that I went over 300 instances. I went all the way back to February. Let me organize these dates so they're in order here. And we'll do this in ascending. So I went all the way back to February on the 30-minute time frame, and I found every engulfing that I could, that at least my eyes saw, whether it was a bullish engulfing or a bearish engulfing. And what I saw was not only did I mark the time that they occurred, but I created like a pivot table, a formula. I created a pivot table so you guys can see. Look, I manually went back and did this, but I also created a formula for each time that the engulfings happen and what's the probability of success. And so I got that all marked out on each time frame with the market being open. But what I saw is that at the 12 o'clock candle or 3 o'clock on the East Coast, so it's the second to last candle that occurs on a 30-minute chart of the day, at the 12 o'clock candle or the 3 o'clock candle, there's only a 26% or a 27% chance that the engulfing direction will continue. So why am I making note of this? Why is this important? Because what that tells us is on the flip side, right? On the opposite side, we have over a 70% chance that price is going to reverse and go the other way in the last 30 minutes of the day. So an example is, let's say at the 12 o'clock candle or the 3 o'clock candle, if you're in the East Coast, we see a bearish engulfing, right? We've got that big red candle that engulfs the previous green candle. There is a higher likely that after that bearish engulfing happens, this is the second to last candle of the day, that price will reverse and turn bullish, that the buyers, the bulls will step in and take control. So this is one that I haven't traded yet, but my back testing log shows that there's a high probability there. So we can kind of see that. Let me see if we can find an example on the charts. Let's see if we can find an example on the charts. It's so weird when you kind of look at back testing on the live because there's those people that come in and they're like, "Oh, you're cherry picking. You're cherry picking." Not quite. We could kind of see it here, right? We had this kind of bullish hammer, but look, price immediately reversed down. All right, let's see if we can continue to find. Let's find an example. All right, here we go. If we look right here, second to last candle on the 30-minute chart was bearish, right? It kind of engulfed this one. Now, my definition of engulfing is slightly different. But basically, what I look for an engulfing is whoa. What I look for an engulfing is as long as the candle body on this candle is wider than this candle body, I consider that to be an engulfing. So look what happened. This bearish engulfing happened, but then price immediately reversed and went to the upside. And we go back to our back testing log. Look at that. We got it corroborated there. So basically what I'm saying is there's a strong possibility that if we see Bearish engulfing, the second to last candle of the day, price is going to reverse and turn bullish. If we see a bullish engulfing, second to last candle of the day, price will reverse and turn bearish the last 30 minutes of the market open. All right. AIM says, is it a buy? I am at work, so want the dip, but afraid it goes dipper. I wouldn't risk it. I wouldn't risk it then because there's too many for me, for the way that I trade, there's too many candles that I need to see line up for the last, three candles of the day. And I wouldn't try to just get in and out. All right. Edgar says, Curtis, I'm very new. What's the difference between green and red? Oh, man, my guy, you are super, super new. So if you see a red candle, that means it's bearish. And bearish means that the price was going down. And so red candles mean that the price went down. Green candles mean that the price went up. So red is down, green is up. That's what that means, to keep it very, very simple. But if you're that new, I have an entire uh options trading for beginners YouTube video. So if you go to my bad, y'all, I'm trying to look past the phone. I need to just look through the phone. But if you go to YouTube, make a note of this. So for all my super, super beginners out there, if you go to YouTube, type in Passive Income University. That's the name of my Discord. That's the name of my trading community. So if you go to Passive Income University, let me move myself out the way. Let me move up. Here's what the logo looks like. This is the YouTube channel. Go to Passive Income University right here. And then look for this video, Option Mechanics Part 2. It's almost 2 hours, and I go through everything that you need to know as a very, very beginner when it comes to options trading. So options mechanics part 2 right here, everything that you need to know. All right, SSS says, should I use Webull just to start? I would. I made the mistake of starting off with Robinhood, and I got very, very comfortable with Robinhood. But as you grow as a trader, your needs will start to increase, and Robinhood won't really suffice. So I would recommend starting with Webull. Now I have both of them. I have Webull, I have Robinhood, and I have Thinkorswim, and I feel like Webull is the best. All right, SSS, thank you for the follow. Big shout out to Chris Aaron for coming through. We got a celebrity in the building. So I was just telling the community cousin about where they can go on my YouTube channel to get basically a crash course, a beginner's course on options trading. So if you go to my YouTube channel, Passive Income University, I have a 2 hour video that breaks down everything that you need to know about options trading, all of the things that I look for in a trade, how I build watch lists, risk management, all of that kind of stuff for somebody who is a beginner. You can come to my YouTube channel, Passive Income University, look for this video, Option Mechanics Part 2, and that'll give you everything that you need to know. Yo, yo. Thank y'all for the likes. Thank you for the likes, cousin. So that was real quick. And like I said, you come to my YouTube channel and I have all these on here for anybody who's brand new to options trading. And you just want to have something that's going to teach you the basics that you need to know right now. But if you are just joining my live, what I was going over is my favorite strategy that I like to trade. Let me move that back. My bad. And so it's a very, very simple strategy, which is when we see a bullish engulfing, like we see right here, this is a strong indication that we're going to continue to move up in price. So you can enter your calls to the upside and you can make a few dollars. It's not going to make you the most money in the world, but you will be able to put money in your pocket really consistently. And so that's what I like to trade. That's one of my favorite ones right there. All right, Smoothie Mongoose, thank you for the follow. Big shout out. Thank y'all for running up the likes. Thank you for running up the likes. Now we did get a request earlier. I forget the partner's name, the homie's name, but I will be putting my back testing logs online for free for download. So if anybody wants to check those out, I think I might just throw them on like a Google Drive or a Google link and make it public so people could download it. But just to show you guys, I went back hundreds of times and I back tested this manually hundreds of times on my own. I literally had TradingView up on one side of my screen. I had my back testing log up on the other side, and I literally went through over 300 times back testing this. So there's some statistical credibility there for y'all. Oops, let me shrink this down. But yeah, like I was saying, so you guys went over the strategies. You guys could drop a one in the chat if you want me to go over them again. But what we were looking at, what we were hoping for is for Tesla to come on down down into this area in this pricing channel. We wanted Tesla's price to come down here so we can enter calls to the upside. That's what we were going for. SSS says, how do I like start on Weeble? Oh man, you're gonna have to try to Google some Weeble beginners videos. I'm not really good at it, so it just takes a little bit. It's just a little bit of a learning curve, but there's plenty of YouTube content out there, man. Not to be dismissive, but you can find plenty of videos on how to use Weeble, how to set it up, and it might take you just a couple days to get used to it. SSS says, is trading view where you actually like start making money? Now, TradingView, what you guys see in front of you right here, TradingView is a charting platform. So this is basically where you go to make your notes and all your analyzing for a particular stock or a commodity or futures or cryptocurrency. TradingView is what they call charting, a charting platform or charting software. So you can go in here and make all those notes on what you expect to do, especially if you're looking for your setup to happen. Now, the cool thing about TradingView is you can connect TradingView, this what you guys see right here in front of you, you can connect it directly to your broker. For instance, Webull, you can directly connect it to Webull and trade right from the TradingView platform to your Webull account, which is super dope. All right, all right. So just to show you, yeah, exactly. It's primarily a charting software, but if you go down here to the trading panel in TradingView, these are all the different brokers that you could connect. There's Webull right there. There's a bunch of these other ones that they got Interactive Broker. That's another popular one. I think AMP is pretty popular. Trade Station is another one that I've heard of. We got Forex.com. So there are a bunch of different brokers that you can connect. The only downside is I don't think you can trade options with Webull yet. You can do regular stock trading if you connect your Webull account, but they haven't turned on or enabled the options trading feature just yet. I think they're working on it. Webull had an announcement earlier this year that said that they might try to have it out by the end of the year, but who knows? But you can at least start getting used to the interface and how it works by connecting your Webull account directly to TradingView, and then you can do your charting and trading all in one place. And then Potter Stock says scalping is the most dishonest thing to teach. I think the most dishonest thing to teach is to tell people that trading is a get rich quick scheme. I think it's very dishonest to tell people that it's super easy. I think it's very dishonest to sell people dreams, making them think that all you need is a little bit of money and you'll be able to turn it into thousands overnight. I think that's dishonest. I will say that there are different levels of success. I know of some scalpers that make money consistently on a daily basis. I know of some day traders that consistently make money on a daily basis, and I know of swing traders. Now, I will say, to your point, I will say that it's probably better for somebody to start learning to trade on a higher time frame. It's extremely difficult to trade on a lower time frame. The lower your time frame is, the harder it is to trade, in my opinion. Doesn't mean it's impossible, but that's what I will say. So to that point, I'll kind of agree with you there. If you're just beginning to trade, I would try to start off a higher time frame. So the weekly time frame, the monthly, something like that. All right, all right. Rico says you only trade on the 30-minute. Yeah, that's primarily what I look at is the 30-minute chart. So right now, what we have up in front of us is the daily chart for Tesla. But me on a daily basis, I primarily use the 30-minute, and then every now and then I'll use the 7-minute. Every now and then I'll use the 7-minute chart. If I really, really am trying to get in and out fast, and if price is moving pretty quickly. But for the most part, I use the 7-minute and the 30-minute time frames for my scalping. But if we're talking about swing trading, then I always start with the daily time frame and just kind of work my way up. For sure, guidance. Of course, of course. Yep, yep, yep. So there we go. We've got SPY coming down into the support zone. And so I forgot who it was. Was that a SSS? Somebody was asking if they would take the call. So what I would like to see next, if I was to take a trade before the end of the day, I would like to see this exact same setup that we had right here. I would want to see if this candle closes the same way, which is not likely because we still have 17 minutes left to go. But if this candle right here closes as a bearish hammer, and then the next candle is a bullish engulfing, then I would be interested in taking some calls to the upside. Just like what we saw here earlier in the day, I will be looking for the same thing to happen here. All right. Thank y'all for the likes. We ran up over 2K on the likes. Ran up over 2K on the likes. Rico says, is the engulfing candle your best strategy? As of right now, it is for me. And that's because um, that's the one that I back tested the most. As you guys can see, I've back tested it over 300 times. I've traded it the most. I'm not saying it's the best strategy. It's just the one that I have the most experience with. All right. All right. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all so much. Real dope live, real good energy. All right, let's tap in and let's see who the top viewers are. Let's show some love. So Carlos is still in the building. Is it pronounced Myroscopico? We got Cameron John in the building. Rico, thanks for coming through. Big shout out to Black Optics. Melanie Bell, if you're in the chat still, please drop a one. Yo, Jesse, I see you. SSS Triple S was going on. Ray Sean, aka R2. Ray Sean, if you're still in the building, drop a one in the chat. Guidance, I see you. Chong7825, big shout out to you. Clean Labs Auto Detailing, what's going on? Tyler Wheeler, what's going on? TJ and A Peaser, what's up, y'all? Melanie, still in the building. Ray Sean, still in the building. Appreciate you guys. Thank y'all for rocking with me. It means a lot. It really does mean a lot. You guys could be doing anything, but you're choosing just to spend a little time with Curtis G. So, like I said, we already had our trade of the day. It was earlier today. I alerted some puts to the downside coming into this support zone. And then now we're rounding out the day. And it would be nice if we see the same thing. If we had a nice bearish hammer followed by a bullish engulfing, that would be a signal to me to take to the upside. But who knows? We still have 15 minutes left on this candle. And it may not close like this. It may change all entirely. The body might grow or whatever the case may be. But that's why the name of the game is patience. He says, my Roscoe Pico is my dog's name. Oh, okay. Okay, that's what's up. Big shout out, my Roscoe Pico. Melanie Bell says, thank you. I'll be checking you out. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yes, indeed. The Cavity Podcast. Big shout out to the Cavity Podcast. What's going on? What is going on right now? VIX is up, so it can go dipper. It can. It can. We're kind of we're teetering in this zone right here. We're teetering in this zone for sure. All right, running up the likes. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Cavity Podcast. SPY price action has been trashed since that $15 run last week. Oh man. I will say it definitely seems like when I've been getting into my trades, they've been moving a bit slower in terms of price action. I'm not too sure if that's exactly what you're referring to, but I will say like some of the price action has been slow for me when I get into trades. But is this the run you're talking about here? Was this the $15 run this day? Back on Wednesday, September the 11th. I think this is the day you're talking about. We had this crazy run. Ray Sean says I actually been in position to change 100 to 1,000 in 24 hours, but Cavity Podcast is super slow. That's it. Yeah, man. Yeah. And I actually missed this day. I don't even think I traded on this day or what. Or maybe I might have got stopped out. Something crazy happened. Do we got it in the Discord? Let's see. That's yesterday. Yesterday, the 13th. This was the 6th. That's the 6th. Yeah, I don't even think I traded on the 11th. I don't think I traded that day. I missed it. Man, I missed that. But yeah, I do feel you. I mean, you could kind of even just look, right? This is the 30-minute chart. Look how kind of flat the price action has been. I feel you on that. I think we're kind of trying to shake out of it a little bit, but who knows? All right, Siempre 12617. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate you. All right. Alopecia Pete, Michael Stokes 6428. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you too. Cavity Podcast, big time. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So, like I said, we have this candle that still needs to close that we're currently on SPY. We have the next candle, which would be the 12 o'clock one or the 3 o'clock one. And if this candle closes like this, like a bearish hammer, and then we get another bullish engulfing, we may want to take it to the upside. But here's the kicker. This is what makes it tricky. If you guys have been on my live this whole time, remember I said I've back tested that if we have an engulfing at the 12 o'clock candle, there is a high probability that price will just reverse. So we got to be careful about that. We have to be very careful, right? So what I'm saying is if this current candle that we're on, if it ends bearish like this one, and then the very next candle is a bullish engulfing, our backtesting log says there's a 70+% chance that price is just going to drop back down. So you want to be very, very careful there. We want to see how that plays out. Yep, today was OPEX as well. That's very right. Ray Sean says any Discord. Yeah, yes, indeed. The link is in the bio. Come check it out. Oh man, got some hurtful comments, you guys. Don't let the comments, if you're ever like trying to become some type of influencer, whatever the case may be, one thing you guys have to be aware of is like the wild raw comments. They're gonna come out of nowhere, bro. They're gonna come out of nowhere. Just so I just want to say for any aspiring influencers, whether you want to become a financial influencer, a trader, if you want to get into fitness, if you want to get into whatever it is, right? Just understand that the wild comments will come at the like most craziest times when you least expect it. But that's a part of the game. It comes with the territory. But like I said, here's the back testing log. We went over the trade of the day, and we're just keeping our eyes on the market, or just keeping our eyes on it. Remember, patience is the game. Don't ever force a trade, and be aware of your emotions when you're in a trade, right? If you start to feel a certain way, maybe a little anxious, maybe you traded too much money, too much capital, so you want to size down. If you're starting to feel impatient, maybe you entered your trade a little too early, or you were chasing and you had FOMO. So the name of the game is, as most traders will tell you, if you look online and social media, 90 to 95% of the game is just being patient and waiting. All right. Let's see. Rayshawn says, I need to be more organized as you. That's my problem. It does take dedication. Like for me to go through and manually back test all of this, for me to go back through and manually back test all of this, it did take a lot of dedication. It did take a lot of dedication. So I just wanted to show you that. Just want to be real with that right there. It does take a lot of dedication. That's what's up. That's what's up. All right. All right. So big shout out to everybody in the building. Now, what's up? The Cavity Podcast, we live on and for the charts, man. They don't understand. That's right. That's right. It's so interesting to, you know, but one thing you realize, you just never know what's going on in a person's life, right? Um, and I know it sounds very cheesy, but what we choose to put out into the world, I think we forget that it's a very, very big reflection of what's going on inside of us. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right. Yo, quick question. I can't find an answer for what is the website called where you can trade on. I'm not too sure what you mean. I can't really see your username. Is it Jason the bot? That's crazy. Jason the bot. Quick question. I can't find an answer for what is the website called where you can trade on. So there's several different brokers or websites where you can trade. But if you were on my live earlier and you're referring to what I was talking about earlier, then what you see in front of you right here is called Trading View. And what you can do with Trading View is you can connect your broker to Trading View. So they have a few different ones out there. They have Webull, they have Interactive Brokers, they have Ninja Trader. You can connect them to this platform, and then you can actually do some trading from there. Now, what I will say, and I said this earlier, is that Webull doesn't allow you to trade options just yet on Trading View. They have made an announcement, I think earlier this year. They sent an email saying that I think they were working on it or something to that effect. They might be aiming for the end of the year or maybe the first part of 2025. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Melanie Bell says yes. Yes, yes, yes. Let's see. We can user 6377561407968. Column B is Sigma time. Help me out right there. I'm not too sure what you mean by that. What is the column B? Oh, I put signal time. So the signal is when did the engulfing happen? That's what that means for me on my back testing chart. So when did the engulfing actually happen? That's what the sig time means. It means signal time, not sigma time. All right. The Cavity Podcast is I'm in Dallas. Where are you, bro? I have to get you here for a podcast interview. I'm actually in Southern California. I'm in San Diego, man. And it's a trip because I got a partner that lives out in Dallas. So I'm out there. I'm not gonna say all the time, but at least once or twice a year I'm out in Dallas. I was actually just out there in July. I was out there at the first week of July. I was just in Dallas. Ray Sean says, I make a lot of emotional moves. A, if I reach out to you via DM, how you break down that portfolio. Yeah, yeah, for sure. You guys feel free to leave comments on my videos, send me messages, whatever the case may be. Ask questions, whatever the case may be. I'm down for it. Let's see. Um, Jason the bot says, Yo, I appreciate you, bro. You made me realize a lot more. Drop the follow. I appreciate that. Thank you. Ray Sean says, What news site you watch for Forex? Oh, there is. Oh, man. Now I'm gonna keep it real with y'all, right? I'm all the way transparent. I'm gonna keep it real. I haven't even really been looking at news lately, but when it comes to um at least getting like economic events and some of that big important news, I use two sites. There is Market Watch, and you just look for their U.S. economic calendar. So of course that focuses mainly on the U.S. for important dates, and then the other one is oh man, what is that called? I think it's Forex Factory. That's it. Thank you. Happy it's in the history. Forex Factory is one that my mentor told me about. And so I don't use it as often as I should. But if you're looking for like a good calendar, Forex Factory is really, really good. It combines all the different things around the world, not just the US. So that's a good one. All right. Ray Sean says, I've been studying for years. This is where the money at. I'll just DM you, bro. For sure. For sure. Yeah. A lot of people are telling me to get into Forex. I just, I started off with options trading and I'm kind of at this point in my journey where I'm committed to it. And so before I go try something else, I just want to feel like I've mastered this, that I've gotten really good at it. And I know that at any given time, I can reach in and pull some money out of the market. So that's what my goal is. Before I move over to commodities or Forex or futures or anything like that, I just want to make sure that I'm top tier when it comes to options. All right. We got a comment from Chell B831, my FX book. Never heard of that. Let's go check it out. See, that's the dope thing about the TikTok live audience. A lot of y'all, most of y'all are so cool. Most of y'all, I like how we could come in here, share information, share knowledge with each other. Let me see. Let me see. Uh, let's see here. My FX book. My FX book. Let's see. My FX book. Forex trading tools. This is my first time ever on this website. So Chill B831, big shout out to y'all or to you. So I've never been to this website. Looks like we might got an ad popping up. Let's bring it down just a bit. I'll tell y'all what though. One thing I really wish I had was a newer computer, maybe a PC, so I can do like. Have you guys seen like how the Twitch streamers or some of the gamers on TikTok they have like the real crisp. They use two different video sources, so they have like the video of themselves and the game on the bottom that they're playing, or vice versa. There might be the game on the top and then themselves on the bottom. That's where I need to step my game up. If you guys want the real deal, what I'm doing right now is I literally have my phone pointed at my computer screen. And then I started a Zoom meeting with myself so that you guys could see me. And I'm just sharing my screen right now. So I need to step my game up so that it just like the whole experience for you guys is a lot cleaner and a lot better. Let's see. All right. All right. B knows what I'm talking about. B, I don't know if you're laughing about how I got my setup, but it's working for the time being. We all got to start somewhere, right? We all got to start somewhere. I don't know why. I guess you have to make an account. It won't let me get out of this without making an account. But so yeah, for those of us that ask, if you're looking for great news websites, we've got Forex Factory was one, especially if you're talking about trading Forex. If you're just looking for general US economic news, you got Market Watch. Just Google Market Watch and their US economic calendar right there. Let me bring this down so it fits in the screen and we all have a better experience here. And then Chill B in the chat just told us about what is this? My FX book. All right, all right. Sal, thank you for the follow. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Christina Jolene, what's going on? What's up? What's up? Let's go take a look back at the market. It's been a minute since we looked at the charts. Ooh, all right. All right. So this turned real bullish on us. Like I said, I know there was somebody, I forgot who it was. Was that SSS or in the chat that was trying to wait to see if we were going to have more of a dip? If you were scalping right now, if you were scalping and you had a certain signal, you could have got in and caught this ride up. We were way down here in the support zone. So you could have caught this ride up and got that. But like I said, the name of the game is being patient and then waiting for your setup. Don't force a trade. Even if you miss out, like let's say you didn't catch this one, that's fine. It's better to protect your capital and not just risk it, right? We want to make sure that we are patient. We waited for our setup when we got a good entry. If you miss your entry, that's fine. There will be other trades. Remember that. There will be other trades. Ray Sean says, I'm trading this now, making money. That's what's up. Don't hesitate to take profits, bro. Especially if you're trading contracts. Don't hesitate to take profits, take some off the table. Jack says, end of the day drop on spies. So, Jack, I don't know how long you've been in the live, but like I said, I did a back testing log over 300 instances right here. And what I saw on looking at the bullish engulfings, or not just bullish, but any engulfing, I went back and I back tested all the different engulfings I could find on the 30-minute chart. And what I saw was on the second to last candle, if there is an engulfing that happens on the 12 o'clock candle, right? So that's the candle that just started. This candle right here, if this candle ends as a bearish engulfing, then we have over a 70% chance that price will bounce right back up. But we got to see how this candle turns out. So that's just based off of the engulfings, right? We're on this 12 o'clock candle. It just opened up. If this candle completely engulfs this bullish candle, right? If we have a strong bearish engulfing that wraps this up right here, then we have over a 70% chance that price is going to bounce up. But let's check it out. Let's see. Let's see. All right. All right. All right. Guidance, thank you for sharing the live. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank y'all for running up the likes. We got a few people watching right now. So we got this last hour of the day on the market. Let's just see how we do. Hold on, y'all. I got to do something right over here. Oh, man. Hold up, hold up. LaKay, thank you for the likes. I appreciate that. Thank you for coming through. Jerry the Trader, what's up? What's up? What's up? So it looks like SPY's trying to break up above, or trying to get and push up on this pre-market low. So this white line is the pre-market low right here. It is getting just a little bit of resistance, but let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. Hold on, y'all. All right, all right. Let's see how we do. But while we're kind of waiting for that to play out, right? The name of the game is, like I said, I was on live the other day. We notated that Tesla has been in this pricing channel going back to the beginning of August. And we kind of just been bouncing off of these two lines for support and resistance. What I was hoping for, and this was a couple of days ago when we spotlighted this, I was hoping that price would come down here and that we would take calls to the upside, especially since Tesla has this gap to close from this orange line. But we had FOMC, Jay Powell, they cut the rates. So we had this bullish day for Tesla. And then now we're currently on this candle on the daily. Like I said, what I was really hoping for, because Tesla is in this pricing channel, is for price to come down into this area before taking calls to the upside. Now, this would be a swing trade. It wouldn't be a scalp. I would be looking to swing trade this. So let's just say, for instance, on Monday, Tesla comes down into here. I will be looking for contracts that probably end or expire in the middle of October or late October. Whatever I can get as close to the money, as far out that I could afford, if that makes sense. So as far into the money as you can, and then as far out as you could afford on those contracts is what I would be looking for. All right. Xavier Smith says there's no volatility in the market right now. Yeah, we were just talking about that. The Cavity podcast was just saying ever since SPY had this $15 run up the other day, that the price action has just been very, very minimal. It hasn't been too good. So if you guys look, we're currently looking at SPY. And comparatively speaking, after we have this crazy run up, this $15 move this day that happened, I believe it was $15, the price action just kind of sputtered out and kind of got flat. So I feel like it's trying to shake out of it, but let's see, just see how we do. Let's see how we do. Looks like this tried to almost do like a double bottom almost. If we look at this, yo, Cardinal, what's going on? Jeremy Kiefer, I appreciate the follow. Appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. And just a reminder, like if you're just popping through and you're just coming through the live and you're a beginner options trader, I went over my two YouTube channels. I have Passive Income University, where you can get long format that's more like course structure. So if you like the formal course structure and you're a beginner options trader, I have videos here. You specifically want to look for my video called Options Mechanics Part 2. And so I get into my risk management, the type of contracts that I like, building a watch list, things like that. But if you're not a beginner trader and you're interested in getting my recaps, I do a recap every day of my trades, win, lose, or draw, whatever the case may be. And so you can go over to my other YouTube channel. It's called Curtis G24. So the same username. Here it is. And then every day I upload my trading recap so you guys can see. And I've been doing that for almost a year now. I can't believe how fast time has been going by. But you guys can kind of see here all of my old trading recaps. That's July, June, right? This is May. Let's keep going back. This is May. All of the things that I traded. And I also put videos in here about my long term portfolio because the name of the game is we want to take the money that we make from trading and put it somewhere so that it'll serve us long term. That's what really all this is about for me. All right, Fathy, thank you for sharing the live. And Brandon, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that, my guy. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. It's been a good live. It's been good energy, good vibes with you all. We're almost at 4K on the likes. Like I said, if you want my trading recaps each day, you can go ahead and head over to my YouTube channel, Curtis G. I've been giving my trading recaps for almost a year now. I think we're getting close to it. So every time I do a trade, whether I win, lose, or draw, I go ahead and I do a recap and I put it on YouTube. Or if you like something that's a little bit more formal and structured, you can go over to the other YouTube channel, Passive Income University, and then you can look at some of the courses that I have on there. You would specifically want to look for Options Mechanics Part 2. This one right here. So it's about 2 hours long, and I go over everything from beginning to end. All right. Big shout out to Lakay. And sister, am I pronouncing your name right? Is it Lakay? Lakay? Is it Lakay Renee? Just want to show you a big shout out. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, let's get back to the charts. Let's see what we're doing. SPY is still kind of struggling to push up on this pre-market low. Let's see. Let's see. You know what? I guess I don't necessarily need to do that. Cool, cool. I always want to make sure I'm doing the best I can to get the names pronounced correctly. So thank you for confirming I got that right. Like I said, man, I was really hoping for Tesla to have come down here. This would have been great. I would have been very, very confident in taking calls to the upside, but we had J Powell with the Fed cutting those interest rates. So that made for a quite bullish day for Tesla. This orange line right here that we see is just the gap that Tesla needed to fill. So, me personally, like I said, I'm going to just wait. I'm going to wait for Tesla to kind of come back down here before I take calls to the upside. So, that might happen sometime next week. Uh, Amaha, is it Amha? Oh, I can't get that one. That one's really difficult. Amha Wold Mescal. Thank you for the follow. Hey, let's see. Amazon went ahead and dropped down, coming out flat right now. So if you are, whoa, 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 fix that. So if you are just joining and you didn't get the trade recap or the trade of the day, basically what I was looking for was I charted out what I deemed to be this support and resistance zone. So this was Tuesday and then this was Wednesday. So this was what I plotted out to be resistance. And a lot of times we all know that support becomes resistance and resistance becomes support. So on Tuesday, this price area on the left hand side of the screen in orange, this pricing area appeared to be resistance for SPY. And then the same thing happened on Wednesday. It was resistance again. But then on Thursday, we broke above that resistance level. And now price or SPY is using it as a means of support. So what I did was after charting that out and we broke below the pre-market low, we used that area of support as a price target to take puts to the downside. Very simple, nothing over the top. Like I said, my trading style is to be very straightforward, very simple, nothing overly complicated, convoluted, not a bunch of indicators, not a bunch of things like that. And no disrespect or, I'm not knocking any of the traders that use that stuff, because the people that use all of those things appropriately and correctly, they make a lot of money. But I understand what it's like to be a beginner trader and want to have things very, very simple. So that's how I model my trading strategies and my setups. Real simple. Support and resistance, mark out levels for the pre-market high, the pre-market low. We saw that we broke below that. We took our puts down to here, got out. Boom. Okay, Loki Maestro says, do you only trade on the 30-minute? Yeah, for me personally, it's primarily the 30-minute chart and the 7-minute. So every now and then I will trade on the 7-minute as well, or the 30-minute. Those are my two primary trading time frames on a daily basis. Now, of course, if I'm looking at swing trading, like we were talking about with Tesla, I use the daily chart. I use the daily chart. I try to find a very obvious, clearly defined trend. I mark out my trend lines, and then I just wait for entry. I've been trying to find like some very crazy unique times. If you guys look, I've been trying to like look at the 9-minute. I've been looking at the 13-minute chart. I tried the 17-minute chart. I've been trying to find like all these different ones, but when I go back and I back test on all those kind of like obscure time frames, uh, they all kind of look the same. It surprisingly, at least from what I back tested, whether you're looking at the 17-minute versus the 15, there's not that much of a difference. If you're looking at the 20 to 25-minute, there's not that much of a difference. I even tried the 37-minute time frame, thinking that there'd be some secrets in there, but it's all about just finding your strategy and just sticking to it, because it all kind of looks the same, in my opinion, just from what I've looked at and back tested. Exactly. The Cavity podcast said it specifically. The 30 has less noise. So for me, at one point in the past when I was trading, especially as a scalper, I was like looking at the 5-minute and the 15 and all of that. And just for my eyes and the way that my mind is set up, it just was too much noise. So I was constantly getting shook out and I was constantly kind of, getting tricked with my trades. And so when I kind of landed on the 30-minute, it makes the most sense to my eyes. I can see the trades a lot more clear, things like that. All right. Loki Maestro says they looking to get back into options trading. That's what's up. They like the 5-minute or the 15. Big shout out to you. Miguel Murillo, thanks for coming through. Big shout out to everybody that's in the live right now. We got 4K on the likes. We got 4K on those likes. That's what's up. We moving in 4K, y'all. We moving in 4K. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right, let's go see what Spy's talking about. We're on this 12 o'clock candle. Almost like a double bottom. Almost like a double bottom. We can kind of spread that out and see. That'd have been nice too. If price that really came and did this exact same thing, I would have took that trade. I probably would have. If we would have did this exact same thing right here on this double bottom, I would have did the same thing. Yo, is this Shy? Thank you for the follow, my guy. Appreciate that. Loki Maestro says they're gonna check out the 30, see if they're more clear. Yeah, don't be afraid to kind of check things out. One of the dope things about being a trader is we have the ability to back test and go into the past to get data. So don't feel like you got to trade it. Just go back and look at it, on the charts and see if you do see some different things or if something does seem clearer to you. And if not, no worries, no biggie, no harm, no foul, right? All right. Iceman Turner, thank you for liking the live. Thanks for the likes. Okay, okay. Now, I think y'all been rocking with me for a while, but if you did just join, Drop a one in the chat if you want me to go over yesterday's trades on the bullish engulfing strategy that I really like. If you just joined the chat, or even if you've already been in here, you want me to go over it one more time, just drop a one in the chat and we can go over it. Thank you for the follow, Iceman. That's what's up. Iceman Turner Music. Thank you. Thank you. You have to check out the music that you dropped. All right. Beach Bum 327 dropped a one and gave some likes on the live. Appreciate that. Okay. So one of my favorite strategies. Of course, if you've been in the live this whole time, you've heard me say this a couple times, but I went back through and I back tested bullish engulfings hundreds of times on the 30-minute chart. I've done it hundreds of times on the 30-minute chart. I've marked out every time they've occurred, whenever I've identified them, whether it was a bullish engulfing or a bearish engulfing. And I actually have two back testing logs that kind of cross reference each other, or they kind of overlap. And what I realized is if there is a bullish engulfing, so right here, we're looking at, let me move our trading view up. So right here, we are looking at, what was this? Thursday? Yeah, this was yesterday's trade. So if there is a bullish engulfing that occurs above the previous day high, so right here on our screen, right here on the right side, we've got Thursday's price action and activity. And then on the left side, this is Wednesday. If we see a bullish engulfing that occurs above the previous day high from our backtesting log, there is an 80% chance that price is going to continue to move up a little bit. Now, mind you, just keep this in mind. We're talking about the 30-minute time frame. We're talking about scalping. So this isn't like a day trade or a swing trade, not in the slightest. You're not going to make the most money with this, but you will make a little bit. You'll put a little bit in your pockets. So looking at this bullish engulfing right here, we actually had another one right here too. So you could let this happen, get in on this candle, and then take that ride up right there. Now, if you've got good risk tolerance, like if your risk tolerance is pretty wide and, if your stop loss is pretty large, you could have hopped in when you saw this first bullish engulfing of the day, but you would have had to go through and you would have had the wherewithal to kind of go through this little pullback, but then you could have caught this ride up as well. But it would have took you some time though before you kind of got back into profit. But ultimately, we had three bullish engulfings, right? Here's one, here's two, here's three, and they all kind of indicated a move up higher for price. But that was the trade that I did yesterday right there. So hopefully that was simple and it made sense. You're ultimately looking at the 30-minute chart. You're looking for a bullish engulfing, and you want to make sure that it occurs above the previous day high. All right. Let's see how we're doing on this chart. Man, let me tell you, I was really hoping Tesla was gonna come down into here to get into those calls. But that's the name of the game, right? The name of the game is just be patient. Iceman Turner asks, how long have you been doing this? Thank you for asking that. So I got exposed and I had my first options trade in June of 2020. I consider myself to be a pandemic trader. A lot of us got exposed to trading during the pandemic. We're all trying to figure out different ways to make money. And I think for this recent era, that's what really put trading on the map. I think there have been different eras over time, right? Of what really kind of created these waves and these trends. But, the pandemic really put trading in front of a lot of people. I got exposed to options trading. I did my first options trade in June of 2020. Now, the bad thing and the sad thing was I didn't take options trading or trading seriously for a long time. So the second half of 2020, all of 2021, all of 2022, I just gambled and I BS'd. I didn't have any structure. I didn't treat it seriously. I wasn't really committed to it. And then in January of 2023 is where I was like, yo, I really want to take it to the next level. I eventually want to become a full-time trader because I'm not a full-time trader. I actually do have a job. I just try to hop on the lives with y'all when I can, just to kind of share my trades and do trading recaps. But in January 2023, I said, yo, I eventually want to get to the stage where I can live off of this and I become a full-time trader. So for almost 2.5 years, I kind of effed off and I wasted time. But January 2023 is when I said, yo, let me take it seriously and let me tap in. All right. Beach Bum says, so you enter at the open of the next candle on the 30-minute. Yeah. So if we go back to how yesterday went, like, so we have this one right here, right? We have this bullish engulfing I primarily would enter in on this right here. Now, if we go back and we do the replay function, right, we would see whether or not price dropped first and then it went up, or if it went up and it dropped first, right? Because we got this upper and lower wick. But I would enter in, so we got our engulfing, this setup right here, these two candles. I would enter in on this candle and then catch this right up. But like I said, I'm a scalper. And just to remind you guys, if you didn't hear me earlier, I'm pretty conservative. So my average trade, I use about 1,000, and then I'm aiming for 5 to 10% on the increase on my contracts. So once I hit like 5 to 10%, I go ahead and exit, and I'm done with the trade. So like I said, you're not gonna make the most money in the world, but it'll put a little money in your pocket. You can get a couple dollars. Let me be careful before TikTok blocks me or restricts me. But yeah, so we got your engulfing set up. I would enter in on this candle and then just kind of ride it up. You could have did the same thing here. This bullish engulfing, enter on this candle, and then ride it up for this candle right here. Don't overstay your welcome, because we saw exactly what happened, right? You overstay your welcome and look what happens. Now, one thing I didn't talk about yet is on my back testing log, I also notated the average amount of pullback on the candle. So Beach Bum asked a very good question. You enter at the open of the next candle at the 30-minute. What I also made note of when I went back and I back tested all these instances were, what was the average amount of the pullback? And what I saw was, on average, the candle will pull back about 21 cents, 20 cents. So if you wanted to, what you could do is, once you see your bullish engulfing appear, you could wait for this candle to open up, wait for a pullback, and then enter. You lower your risk and you can catch more of that move up to the upside. That's one way that you can use that, or you could flip it. Since we know that the average amount of the pullback is 20 cents, you could also kind of use it like as a stop loss gauge or guide if you want. So if the candle starts to pull back 40 cents, 50 cents, it might be a sign for you to go ahead and get out, and that you could use that way as a stop loss if you don't have a predefined like number or percentage. If you wanted to have more something like that was dynamic to the way that the candles are moving. So once we saw like a 40%, a 40-cent pullback or a 50-cent pullback, you can kind of say, okay, it's time to get out of this because it's starting to turn and it's becoming too risky. All right, all right. So yeah. That's why I said I'm very proud of this, man. I did all of that manually. Everything that y'all saw, I did this all manually, one at a time, going through and marking all of these out on the 30-minute chart. And then I just put in some little formulas in here to do the calculations on, just telling me the percentage or the probability. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Oof. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, boy. Whoa, boy. Wow. Look at that. Look at that. You take your eyes off the chart for a split second and look what happens. Look what happens right there. So SPY has blasted above the pre-market low, blasted above where we opened up at for the day. So this blue line on my chart is where price opened for the day. And here we go. So it almost acted like as a double bottom. I wish it was a little cleaner, but if you had the eyes to see this, we had almost a double bottom right here to the upside. Wow. That's Tesla. Let's close this trading panel. All right, all right. Amazon. That is a trip. What's going on, Ram? Thanks for coming through. Let's see who the top viewers are. All right. The usuals. Appreciate y'all. Simpre12617. What's going on? Alex Dunn. What's up? What's up? If you're in the chat, drop a one. All right. Michael Corbin. Trades. What's going on? Phantom Vibes. What's up? Real Rich QD. Tall Nate. Nina R87. If you're in the chat, drop a one. Bright. Desi Honey. What's going on? Big shout out to Iceman Turner Music. Divyesh Gawad. Fozzie. Floor MKT365. Cole Guild, and Zachary Griffin. Drop a one if you guys are in the chat still. If y'all still in the audience. Yo, yo, yo. Okay. Well, I'm not gonna round out the day, y'all, but I do want to express my most genuine and sincere gratitude and appreciation for y'all rocking with me. Like I said, if you do have questions, you could leave a comment on one of my videos or send me a DM, or however you can reach out to me on social media. All my socials and everything is there, Instagram, whatever the case may be. Tap in with me. And with that being said, I'll holla at y'all. All right, peace.